so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know.
Tell me what you want, what you need. Tell me what you wanna give. How much blood would you bleed? I'ma tell you I'm a misconceiver. I'm a believer. Someone better kick my fever. Tell me it's 100 degrees underneath my whole flex. Everyone tells me it's a bit of a mess. I'ma tell the risk I was never at the hit. I would never get this off my chest though. I'm forgetful. Someone better tell me I was always on the edge. Overstay your bearings, I would never underestimate. Oh, barely, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Oh, barely, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Take your eyes off me, don't want to see me when I'm gone. Moral of the story was you're wrong. Everything I gave and everything I lost. Good things come at a cost. I left it on your head, and when you ever overstay it, your thoughts are never everything you want till when you want. I'ma take it in the head with the signs of the distort. I'ma leave it on the side. You on the Christ when the breath on this set. Let me speak on behalf of the dead. I'ma leave, I'ma speak. I'm sick in the head. Come on, come on. Oh, barely, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Oh, barely, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Tell the risk I was never at the hit. I would never get this off my chest though. I'm forgetful. Someone better tell me I was always on the edge. Overstay your bearings, I would never underestimate. Oh, barely, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Oh, barely, my bets are off. Everything was better off.
Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Are you ready?
Get ready, dog.
This be the green light, go. Tires burn the pavement. People wanna know where Mace, Potts, and Dave went. Still here, still in your ear with a style so hot, you'll see where all the sun rays went. Legs, arms, and head, all being moved in a frenzy. The blends be all the right cred, meaning credentials. Best of both worlds when we rockin' over pearls in the instrumental. Are you ready? Set, jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady, to the letter right. Turn it up, we giving a show. But can you rock it like rocket fuel? What you talking about? Space or out your mind? But can you rock it like rockets, fool? That's a close encounter of what kind? When it was time to get it lit, we got it hot like fever. Sick with the talk, the pass to your receiver. All about running the spot. And you know we got breath control, so no need to take a breather. Cardio kingpin, subjugate the dub play. And you know we can't wait to bring spins. A-star quizzes, A+ the final. Vocals we align, we'll move it all simultaneously over joints we rock. We earn 30 years, so you can say we got 3 turns. Live off the board, unlike you and your chess men. We install doubt in you and your yes men. And if the game had veins, we'll insert upheaval the ground. Cause the adrenaline we blend with the sound is our thing. Relieving the kings of all crowns. So are you ready? Are you set? Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady, to the letter right. Turn it up, y'all keep the flow. But can you rock it like rocket fuel? What you talking about? Space or out your mind? But can you rock it like rockets, fool? That's a close encounter of what kind? Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Turn it up, y'all keep the flow. Are you ready? Set. Jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady. To the letter right. Turn it up. We giving the show. But can you rock it like rocket? What you talking about? Space out your mind. But can you rock it like rockets? That's a close encounter of what kind? But can you rock it like rocket fuel?
Yeah, in the field like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah, whole squad like, what? In the field like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, what? Whole squad like, yeah, in the field like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah, whole squad like, yeah, in the field like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah. You don't want problems, you don't want smoke, no. You don't want problems, yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems, yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems, no. I say you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog. You don't call us dangerous, ain't too many can play with us. See what this game here taking us, no barber, ain't no fading us, I ain't really saying much, actions be louder than words, man. I just wanna be heard for your mom to your pop to the beat to the birds, man. Cut right off on the curb, like I'm Barry Sanders. Chains on and the diamonds dancing. Game on, so it's time to go. When the rain starts, I'ma let you know. Name a squad that is better though than my home team. We a pot of gold. I'm a dog. I'ma need a bone for my whole team. I'ma let it go like blah. Yeah, in the field like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah, whole squad like, what? In the field like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, what? Whole squad like, yeah, in the field like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah, whole squad like, yeah, in the field like, yeah.
Thank you, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Oakland, California. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Miami Dolphins and the Oakland Raiders. Here's the former Auburn kicker Daniel Carlson to get this one started. And off we go from Oakland. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Wait, set. 29. Alpha. 59. It's our turn. It's happening.
Now the former fourth-round pick, it's Kalen Ballage. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
And there's the first tackle of the game for Carl Joseph. He's one of those safeties that you can utilize in any way you want. But I will have to say, I think the number one thing he does best is tackle.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And his first carry, he loses the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. From the 41, Brady. This one caught by Davis. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 45-yard line. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the first.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 45-yard line. Toss play to Ballage. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Kalen Ballage, 45 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
At their own 31-yard line.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And an alley to run. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Come off the ball. 694.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. He's going to air one out. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. That one good for 37 yards.
I don't think we'll ever get enough of watching one-handed catches, and when they pay off, they are spectacular. But how about the times they don't pay off, and coaches go, two hands still works.
I know, but they go for them so often now that I'm almost starting to take them for granted.
Yeah, that's unbelievable, isn't it? Because these are sensational type plays.
Especially that one with a defender right there.
At the Dolphins' 19-yard line.
Down. 188. 57 to Mike. Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this. 36. 30. Bumbo. Check nickel.
On play action, now Carr. Open man, Higbee, the tight end. That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against them.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Watch the run. It's soft, baby. That's baby soft.
On 3rd and long, it's Carr. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Antonio Brown, 26 yards, as his guys are back within a single score.
As they began this last drive, things weren't exactly looking up for this offense. But after what they just did, putting the ball in the end zone, that took them away from the brink of possibly being knocked out of this game.
1st and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back.
Mike 57. Here we go, D. Here I come. Check. You got tight right there. Check.
And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. Power on power, but he's not going to get in. No gain on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal at the 1-yard line.
Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal.
We're good. 180.
Now Carr. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
This will be caught. Tyrell Williams. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A 1-yard touchdown reception as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season. And they'll get another shot here with a 1st and 10. The run on first down gets them a couple up to the 27. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Let's go, D. He's crashing. He's checking crash. Big dash. Come. Hey, check it. Hey, Delta. Check it, reload.
Now Brady. Uncorks one for Davis. And this is intercepted. He was trying to get it to Davis. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
Partner, when you're playing cover 2, this is like a tag team for the safeties. Each of them gets a half-field responsibility. Their job, stay as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, read the football, and go make a play. In this case, the free safety made the best play, an interception.
Now after the INT, it's Carr. Incomplete.
Thrown to the sideline and incomplete. It leads to 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 now from the 27.
Check, 43. Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
In this situation, it's really tough to figure out how to defend because they have plenty of room to still take deep shots at the end zone as they just did there. Yet at the same time, you've got to be ready for the short throw. In this case, when you see the cue that they're going for the end zone, retreat and make sure you have a way to play forward, back towards the receiver, and have a chance to bat the ball away as they did there.
And they're going to stop him short of the 1st down as he's tackled at about the 21. That'll be good for 6, but now it's 4th down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
4th down, and on comes the Raider kicker, Daniel Carlson. From the right hash, it's a 38-yard attempt. The kick by Carlson is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you've got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like
and a loose football. But I think a Dolphin was able to fall on it. Yes, they'll keep possession here.
2
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. 10-7 our score after one, right here on EA Sports. It's Dolphins football here as we begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Now Balaj, and that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Hey, Charlie!
Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Carl Joseph. And it's a terrific return here as he's going to have him set up with a 1st and goal right at about the 6-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Here's Jacobs, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
This is taken at his 4. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They trail by 10, 17-7 as they come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run here with Balaj. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Bravo!
On 2nd and 11 now. Brady, he'll rifle this one deep right, and that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jakeem Grant, 71 yards. As they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. They have to be pleased with the way that they've moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
And now this pass brought in by Brown. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
Well, you don't have to be a genius to watch this game and figure out they've had plenty of success moving the football here in the first half. We've seen exhibits A, B, C, and right on down the line, haven't we?
Yeah, we just saw exhibit Z right there. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Now, crunch time, defense.
Now a play fake. Carr. Got his man. That's Tyrell Williams. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
Down. 185. Man left, man left. 3 down, 3 down.
Carr. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Christian Wilkins able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Carr. He's going to let this one go deep. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jonathan Jones.
So it's 3rd and long, and you know this is going to be a pass. So defensively, they bring in an extra defensive back and just blanket the field. And this is an ill-advised throw right here as it winds up being picked off easily.
They run it with Balaj. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a 1st down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Wait, set. 29. Alpha. Yo, 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 yo. Yo. Kill. Hey, turn it up. Let's go up. No, 66. 55. Mike 55. Hey, Zoo. Mike 55. Hey, eat.
On 1st down, Brady. And that'll be incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10.
Let's go. Mike. 450. Hey, Steve 6. QB drop. What? QB drop. Check 55 to Mike. Check 55 to Mike. 3D, hey.
To throw again. Brady. And Brady going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked by Darryl Worley. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That's sort of a 2nd quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a 2nd one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the 2nd.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Watch the edge. Hey, check 24.
Throwing again. Carr. He's got it to Williams. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. 15 yards on the play. 1st down.
And a Raider 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Hey, check Mike 57.
Carr now on 1st down. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Get him, boys.
remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Looking to throw again on second down. Carr got a man. It's Brown. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 13. It's a first down. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
29.
On first down, Carr. Open man is Higbee, the tight end. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot that they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
Carr completes it. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. Antonio Brown, kiss him goodbye. And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
Now they face a second and long following the holding penalty.
Check right, check right.
Carr to throw again. It's complete to Williams. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 15 yards on the play, first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Carr will come up here with a 1st and 10, and he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive. Play action. Now it's Carr. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Jacobs. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first. They'll run on first down. It's Jacobs. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Let him know.
Hey, 734.
57. Hey, Orbit. Because I'm about to take you to school. 57 to Mike.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Carr. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. Trying to get it to Willie Snead there. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
And 8 yards to go.
Now,
Mike, 57.
180. 180. We're good. We're good. 180.
Joker,
21. Express.
Who's that? Is that yours? Who's that? 57.
On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the 1st. Now the Dolphins going to burn the 1st of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play the field goal. Not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
After the made field goal, Carlson now sets up to kick this away. This will be taken short. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Carl Joseph. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis.
57's the mic. Watch 57. I'm coming. Raider 2. Yes, sir.
On 2nd and 7, Carr. Snead's got it. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line.
Last stop. Last stop.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 4.
Down. You're wide 88.
In your face.
They fake the handoff. Now Carr. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense if that fell harmlessly to the ground. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start.
And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And this one's going to go out of bounds, so no recovery, but on 4th down, a change of possession anyway.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
A little bit of daylight on that first down run sets him up nicely. 8 yards on the carry. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
2 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the Raiders' 48-yard line.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Now a handoff looking right. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 7 yards there and a first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Jacket, reload.
Hey, Haywood.
Brady now on first down. This one into the hands of the running back, Balaj. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. 17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. 25 yards for the touchdown. And now they can recapture the lead if they can make the PAT. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? RAC.
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
Go, boys, let's go. Let's go.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
You better bring. I'm letting you know right now, you better bring.
Here's Carr. It's complete to Snead. And it's a fumble. And the Dolphins have got it. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free, anything you can do to slow them down.
Now after the fumble recovery, it's Brady. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. On the toss, here's Balaj. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I love one of the quotes that I read about him where he said of himself, I love it when a team just hops on my back and I just carry them along.
And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Wait, that. Ready? Watching the fire. I'm here all day. I'm here all day.
Here's Brady. Completes it to Davis. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
Regular. Hey, I-7, alert.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Brady. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Eric Ebron, the big tight end, is intended target. But now it's 3rd and goal.
Brandon, some of those windows to throw the football that exist when you're between the 20s, they don't exist when you're this close to the goal line. But as a former DB, I liked it closer to the goal line. Tighter windows made it easier to cover people, actually.
Regular.
Here's a run with Balaj. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal. Sanders' kick is good. And that'll move their lead up to 4 now. So it's an old-school extra point that counts 3 times. It's certainly a disappointment they weren't able to get it in the end zone.
Yeah, I can just imagine post-game, head coach looking at the box score, 19-yard field goal, grimacing a little bit, but having to realize that at that moment, getting 3 points was vital. Go ahead and get the points, put them on the board.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. On play action, now Carr. Looking left sideline, incomplete. Antonio Brown, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Give him 30 yards there.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Carr defers to Jacobs on the draw. And he'll just plow right into a host of tacklers. Nothing there at all, and it'll be 2nd and 10.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. On play action, it's Carr. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Jacobs. And, boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They go with Jacobs. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the 1st. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that. But by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Well, some good games around the league here early in week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10.
93.
Shotgun now for Carr. This will be caught by Brown. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. That one good for 13 and a Raider 1st down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Into the red zone, it's Carr. Brought in left side by Snead. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Now Carr. Well, this is caught by Williams. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
7:34. Hey, exit. Watch the twist, watch the twist.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. That's complete to his tight end, Higbee. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a 1st down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 8.
Raider 1. 52. Watch the back.
Now, Carr again. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. The kick by Carlson is good, and that'll bring him back within a point. So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
Get ready.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
Hey, Foxtrot.
From midfield, here's Brady. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Maurice Hurst busting through to get him for a loss of 6. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
Go Bandit! Bud!
Working from the gun, it's Brady. He'll rifle this one deep. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Isaiah McKenzie, 56 yards. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go. Uh-oh, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal, and I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out-and-out joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
Yeah, maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see. Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Eric Armstead, the defensive end, will get credited for the sack.
What a nice read and play by the defensive tackle. Never bought the play-action fake. Went right for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Carr going to throw. Gets this into the hands of the tight end, Higbee.
That's a gain of 8. Makes it 3rd and 3.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now a play fake. Carr. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there. That brings up 4th. Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down.
Come get some. Come on, express. He don't want it. 57 to Mike. 57 to Mike. Bandit. Ain't no way. 57. Mike, 57. Watch it.
Carr to throw for it on 4th down. They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down.
And the Raider first down. 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Jacobs from the gun. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
694.
Carr to throw. And that's going to be incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To throw is Carr. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. First things first here, they got to pick up the first down.
And remember, it is 4th down, so they've got to pick up a completion here. Otherwise, this one's over.
Again, the offense will stay out there. They've converted once on this drive. What can they do here on 4th down? They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. They'll look to throw. And his ball is caught. It's a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, they're a PAT away from likely getting this thing to overtime. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good, and we may very well be headed to overtime. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. This is taken at his 4. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that.
First down, Miami.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Ozzy! Hey, echo! 59. I'm going to come back to you.
Brady to throw. Looking deep downfield. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked by Trayvon Mullen. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This will be taken very short. And he'll get to the 30-yard line before going out of bounds. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far.
Hey, wahoo! Here we go.
First throw of overtime for Brady. Uncorks one for Davis. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters, what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So for the Dolphins, it was a game that could have gone either way, but they get the touchdown in overtime to secure the Week 1 victory. And they'll get another road test next week as they have to go to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers. Meanwhile, for the Raiders, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in New Orleans against the Saints. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen. Are you ready?